2026 is not going to wait until you feel ready. It's not going to knock on your door and ask if you've finally figured your life out. The year has already arrived and you're either moving forward or you're being left behind. That's the truth. There is no middle ground. No trophies for simply showing up. Do you really think time cares about your excuses? Do you think the calendar is going to freeze because you don't feel motivated today? No, absolutely not. The people who win in 2026 are the ones who made the decision earlier, last year, last month, last week, that they were finished playing small. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They saw the edge and sprinted toward it, because staying safe was destroying them more slowly than any risk ever could. And here's the truth. Most people miss there's nothing special about 2026. Nothing at all. It's the same 365 days, same hours, same minutes. The only difference is the story you decide to tell yourself about it. This year is no different from the last one or the one before that, but you can be different. You can decide right now that this is the year you stop lying to yourself. The year you stop pretending that comfort will ever take you somewhere meaningful. Because comfortable people don't change the world. Comfortable people don't build empires. Comfortable people wake up at 65 years old asking where their life went. You have a choice to make, and that choice needs to be made now, not tomorrow, not next week, right now, while you're hearing these words. Are you going to be someone who acts, or someone who spends their life wishing they had? The biggest mistake you can make in 2026 is believing you have time. You don't. None of us do. We walk around acting like we have forever, planning for someday, talking about what we'll do when everything lines up perfectly. But when is that? When does this magical moment arrive where the universe gives you a green light? It doesn't. It never has. That moment is a fantasy you tell yourself to justify staying exactly where you are. The truth is harsh and simple. You either start now, or chances are, you never will. That business you want to launch, that body you want to build, that relationship you need to repair, that skill you want to master. None of it happens when you feel ready. It happens when you move today, this year. 2026, this is your opportunity. And if you waste it waiting for perfect conditions, you'll look back with nothing but regret. Here's what the real 2026 mindset is. Nobody is coming to save you. Your parents won't do it. Your friends won't do it. Your boss isn't handing you your dream life. The government isn't fixing your problems. No one cares about your dreams as much as you do, and most people don't care at all. That's not cruel. That's reality. And the moment you accept that you're alone in this fight is the moment you actually start winning. Because when it's all on you, something shifts. You stop making excuses. You stop blaming circumstances. You stop waiting for someone else to believe in you before you believe in yourself. You look in the mirror and make a decision: either I make this happen, or I spend the rest of my life wondering what could have been. And that wondering, that's torture. It eats you alive from the inside. Picture the person you want to be by the end of 2026. Really picture them. How do they look? How do they walk? What have they achieved? What habits define them? What level of discipline do they live with every single day? Now ask yourself the most important question you'll ever ask. What would that person do today, right now, in this exact moment? Would they hit snooze 5 times? Would they scroll social media for hours? Would they eat junk and skip the gym? Avoid the hard conversation. Procrastinate on the project they know matters. No, you know they wouldn't. So why are you? You're not that person yet, but you could be. And the gap between who you are and who you want to become isn't talent. It isn't luck. It isn't connections. It's decisions. It's the thousands of small choices you make every day, choices that either move you closer to that vision or keep you trapped in the same patterns that have held you back for years. Most people misunderstand change. They think it's supposed to feel good. It's not. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. You're decaying. You're becoming irrelevant. Life doesn't reward comfort. The market doesn't reward comfort. Comfort is where dreams go to die. And that's why most people never achieve anything meaningful. They aren't willing to stay uncomfortable long enough. They try something new for a week, maybe a month. Then it gets hard. The excitement fades. The work becomes boring and brutal, and they quit. They tell themselves it wasn't meant to be. They say they tried their best, but they didn't. They tried their most comfortable version of effort. Effort that didn't disrupt their routine. Effort that didn't require sacrifice. Effort that didn't force them to change. That's not trying. That's dabbling. And dabbling never produces results. The 2026 mindset means you embrace the struggle. You run toward what's hard. You do the things that make you want to quit, because that's where growth lives. Everyone you admire went through hell to get where they are. They just didn't advertise it. They didn't complain every day. They showed up. They worked. They kept going when they wanted to stop. They chose discipline over motivation, because motivation is a lie. Motivation fades. Discipline stays. Discipline is what carries you on the days you don't feel like it. Discipline is what builds a life worth living. You will fail in 2026, probably many times, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the entry fee. You don't learn to fight without getting hit. You don't build a business without costly mistakes. You don't lead without making wrong calls. Every failure is information. Every mistake teaches you something success never could. The winners aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail faster, learn quicker, and keep moving. They don't blame the economy. They don't blame their past. They analyze what went wrong, extract the lesson, and try again. That's the formula. Try, fail, learn, adjust, repeat until you win. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's highlight reel. You don't know what they sacrificed. You don't know how many times they almost quit. The only competition that matters is who you were yesterday. Are you better today than 24 hours ago? Did you learn something? Did you take action on something you were avoiding? Because if you improve by just 1% every day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. That's not hype, that's math, but only if you do the work, consistently when no one is watching, when there's no reward yet. The 2026 mindset requires killing your old identity. The version of you that makes excuses has to die. I'm not a morning person. I'm bad with money. I'm just not disciplined. Those are stories, comfortable lies to avoid hard change. You're not fixed. Your brain can change. Your habits can be rewritten. Your life can be rebuilt if you want it badly enough. And that requires brutal honesty. If your life isn't where you want it to be, it's because of you, not your past, not your circumstances. And that's terrifying or freeing. Because if it's your fault, it's also your power. Ask yourself this: what would you do if you weren't afraid? That fear is a compass. It's pointing you toward growth. Safety keeps you small. Progress makes you dangerous. Time is the one thing you can't replace. Every day you wait is gone forever. The clock is moving right now. You have to sacrifice. Something has to go. Your comfort zone is a prison. The people who win in 2026 stop asking permission. They stop waiting for validation. They start, even when no one believes in them. They were called crazy until it worked. There is no secret. They started, they stayed, they didn't quit. That's the game. Perfect doesn't exist. You don't need the full staircase, just the next step. Confidence comes from action, not thinking. Potential means nothing without execution. Stop talking, stop posting, start building. You will have bad days. That's normal. Winners keep going anyway. This year will test you, and that's exactly why it will change you. So look at your life honestly. If you don't like it, change it. If you won't, stop complaining. Those are the only options. This is your year, not because 2026 is special, but because you decided it would be. Don't quit. Don't stop. When it gets hard, that's when you win. That's the 2026 mindset.